Oh. You claim you had nothing to do with this forgery. But I'm afraid that's a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Oh, Wright's going here. Go in there.
Okay.
We broke into your office and opened your safe and found these.
Well, then again, he did know. He did catch them when they were trying to leave. Remember?
Yeah, but he doesn't know that we took stuff from his office.
Yeah.
He could totally get us for, like, breaking and entering. Take this jar, for example. That's a blue battery you showed us earlier.
But remember, we're allowed in because all you need is a detective's card.
Yeah, so in theory, we stole stuff, though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So Gumshoe can be charged for breaking and entering. We can be charged for stealing. A piece of this jar was discovered in your safe that we opened ourselves with no permission.
That's terrible.
Not only that, but the evidence that I presented earlier was actually found inside your desk that we broke into without any permission whatsoever. And I'm pretty sure we're not getting charged for it.
And
Because-
plus, we're not even proving that we found it there.
We're saying,
How does
hey,
the judge know we're not lying?
I can say, hey, I found this knife in your bathtub. And I found this trophy in your pocket.
He's like, he's lying. What's from him from stopping?
Prove that you found it there. Prove that I didn't find it there. It was found where? You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in this illegal investigation. That I technically made an illegal move by breaking into your office to take the stuff.
Well,
I'm awesome.
plus
He's
he
been
can't-
hanging out with Maya.
How can he prove that he found it in his office?
I know. Everyone's like, oh,
That's the big question.
Chief Gant, what is the meaning of this? Ho. I'm calling you a hoe. Here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. Is that a compliment or a bad thing? Do you admit to it then that you were involved in the forgery? Who, me? Or do you mean you? Don't get meta on me, dude! Am I a part of the forgery or are you? What? Are you guilty? Am I guilty or are you what? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence.
Ah.
Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Righto?
However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy,
Worthy, my boy!
says
Gant.
Gant.
Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. That line out of context could be so amazing. Dick will receive his punishment, alright. What? If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying for work.
I thought he was fired.
He was. Yes, well, yes, well. In light of the defense detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office and their relation to the forgery took place at the crime scene. My. Feels like that's only the first phase of the battle, now it's like multiple phases.
Uh-huh.
Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. Evidence and forgery. So basically you say like, oh, we broke into your office, but Gumshoe helped us, so it's legal. Okay, face right, lab. Breaking and entering is okay if you have like a really crappy police officer with you. Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment and a list? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. That's actually a very legit point.
Well,
Which
yeah.
is what you were just saying. We don't have proof that they were there.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, you can't prove when these pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Doc was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Mr. Wright. Yes, you're on. When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Ooh. Indeed, I believe I will press charges, so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief. Would you mind waiting till tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. All right, G. In return, though, I'm going to have to butt rape you. I know. That place, right? That place. Huh? What are these guys telepathic? That's actually really creepy.
Huh.
Oh yes, that place. Yeah. We're gonna stay at the YMCA. We're gonna stay at the. Well, I can imagine them dancing and like. Oh, hey, hold it. I appreciate it if you'd stop making these ridiculous allegations. Actually, it's kind of interesting that he's gonna freaking charge us. That's kind of interesting. Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that. What? I'll have you know, back in my day, I once broke into a cattle ranch and tipped Mr. Wright! What are you saying? Wait, is he saying that he tipped a cow? Anyway, you can't prove that you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, you're going to need it later.
Later? What are you talking about?
What else? I'm talking about when your fingerprints are found. Yes. If they're found inside my safe, then that proved that your investigation was illegal. Grr. Your face ain't so slimy as this guy. I should have worn gloves. Actually, you should freaking wear gloves. That's like, if freaking going on a crime scene, you freaking shouldn't leave fingerprints around. What do you mean by that? This is all purely hypothetical, of course. But suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery. Objection. If concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't forgery, I'm not through speaking yet, Mr. Wright. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. Hold it. Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation? It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. For all I know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Drake was sentenced. Objection. Oh, and wouldn't that be convenient?
Right.
Eh?
The chief is talking about a possibility, so long as you can't rule that out. Your remarks, however, clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time.
Tell me something I don't know. Come now, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Okay, there's no reason I participate in forgery. How can you look at me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neo? I'm not sure I care for the word murder here. Wow. Even though we've been saying it hundreds of times throughout the entire game. I don't care for the word murder. I prefer the term stabby McStab stab. But in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma's guy. He's an adorable little girl. He's a deranged killer. Well, now do you see? Arranging the crime scene would not help me anyway. All that. Really, Chief Gant? Really? At the very least, there would be one very large benefit you've reaped from all of this. Or raped from all of this. Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? That would, of course, be the position you have. Chief of Police. Oh! The resolution of the ElementXII incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive. Ho, ho, ho! Oh! That's a good one. Huh. Do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little.
Actually, I do think he's that incompetent because he could have waited until after the SL9 trial was over and after they found Joe Dark guilty.
Yeah, I guess so.
He could have taken the evidence out of the safe and took it home with him.
Is
Yeah,
that?
how come he kept it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess it's safe.
Is that true, Edgeworth?
Yes, he was going to be made chief anyway.
Gah! Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might end up being the one pointed at. I'm gonna point at you, see? It's such rude, isn't it?
So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. That's the right answer.
Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and Irene. The movie that Jim Carrey did was pretty funny. I like it. There! And now it's out in the open now. Gee, would you mind if I change my testimony a little? By all means, please do! Oh, got a new line. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if nothing was in it for me.
Well, there you go. Boom. Block it.
Nothing in it for you? Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. Does that mean I can't borrow $50 now? That girl, Lena's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again.
You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone.
Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised.
You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though.
Ho, ho, ho! That's a good one, Worthy. Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? I guess we gotta point out the accomplice is Lana, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to. That's the only thing we can think of. True. You might not... true. You might not help out anyone for their sake. But what if it would benefit you? You might decide to assist someone. Mr. Wright. Oh, Mr. Wright. It appears you're positively determined to betray the chief. As a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I mean. Very well, I'll ask. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped to forge evidence? Mike Meekins, Your Honor. Damon Gant. He helped himself cover his own evidence. Take that. Chief Prosecutor Lattice Guy. The defendant? I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. It also was Lemmy Snickets. Who would want to help her more than her own sister Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would have had a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Skye was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. But how would he profit from all this?
He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations.
You mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he played with puppets? Oh, wait! You must mean puppet as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind. I have no strength to hold me down. A minute, Chief. You assisted Lattice Guy in forging evidence. Your motive? To appoint her as chief prosecutor so you can control her. Righto, my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana?
This case.
For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana, she's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gant. I'm afraid, without any proof, all this amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture.
Unless that is also what happened in this incident.
This incident? Which one would that be?
Of course, I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout his entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her.
That was a good picture. I missed that one. Worthy, you better watch your tongue.
Or he'll cut it off.
I wouldn't want you to get hurt. Just what do you mean? What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? Order! I said order! Yeah, I'll take a number 3 and extra caviar.
And what if he was like worked at McDonald's?
Order! This is right, you! Yeah, you can't be serious! This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse Chief Gant of blackmail and murder? That's impossible!
No, it's not. There's such things.
Assert yourself. You know it to be true.
There's such things as corrupted police officers.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
No, not in this world. This world is nice and world. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edwards said in an easier to understand language.
That you were. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now.
Ooh. This totally does feel like an end game thing, like there's no turning back. It looks like he's the one who decided to go through with this. Me and Edward tag teaming against Gant. I would love if they made like a fighting game version of this. Just him. Evidence!
That'd be cool, like Phoenix Wright.
Forgery!
Like you had to fight against all the people
That'd be fun.
that were against
Do you
you,
prove this was right? The chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder.
including Edward, because he's a
Good
prosecutor.
question. I would say the ID thing, because it's the 777.
Yeah. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell.
Oh, I see. All right then. Show us the evidence that ties Chief Gant with the murder of Detective Goodman. Just remember, it better be good. I don't like that. It better be good.
Hey, Edward, can you give me some more water?
I assume it's
Thank you.
it's gotta be the ID check, right?
Yeah.
We don't know what that last number is. I'm gonna go with that. Take that.